Hi there, and welcome to Inspiro. Inspiro is a user experience-driven software creation platform, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you could use it to generate a banking system, for example. So it's pretty easy to use. You sign up, and then you'd go to your diagrams, where you can pick a blank diagram or work from a example. I've already got a diagram here that we're going to just show. So um, the diagrams are pretty simple. We start with a few concepts. We're going to be working in a banking domain. So that's this purple layer here. Within that domain, we're going to have certain contexts, and context is about the language within that space. So here we're going to have personal banking context, where you could also have it's a business banking where an account might and a customer might actually mean different things to what a personal would be the case in personal banking. So here we've basically got people involved, which would be in this example a customer or an auditor, what actions they can perform, which are these blue squares over here. What we can have some decision-making points, um, and based on the actions a user performs, what events get triggered by those actions? What facts happen in the environment? That information is then stored into a is basically stored, and you can create queries on this. So um, in this case, a customer can check their account balance or get monthly statements. Um, and what else we got here? Oh yeah, and we can have policy. So a policy is basically something that gets triggered when certain events have happened. Let's say in this case, account has become overdrawn, then we'll have a policy that's checking for that type of thing. And if that happens, we can then simply take an action. So in this case, we're going to just create a brand new action here. So let's just call this the charge overdrawn fees or something like that. Um, okay, and you just basically link these things together. Come on. And we're off and away. So in this case, we've got a policy that says if you overdraw your account, we're going to take action, the system. So we're missing a system over here. Is going to take action to charge an overdrawn fee, which is going to decrease your account balance, which will feed into all sorts of reports and stuff like that, and effectively affect what happens when you try to check your account balance. So that's basically it. That's as complex as it really needs to be. You can add other things like when you're going through the saying through this design and say, okay, well, making a ATM withdrawal is a pain point at this point in time, and you can just flag these things for yourself. Um, so yeah, that's the whole example. What you would do from this point onwards is you'd basically save this, um, and we would then go on to the code generation section. Um, so just quickly to run through this example. So a customer would basically open an account. If all that information is correct, then we get an event saying the account is opened. If there was some information that was wrong, let's say, for instance, we have a know your customer alert that gets generated, um, and someone needs to go and look into that. A customer can also then deposit money into their account, which will increase their account balance. They can make withdrawals at ATMs or make a withdrawal at the bank branch, and these might mean different things. Maybe there are different fees that are associated with doing that. Both of these will trigger account decreased event to happen, and potentially in this case, we'll allow people to overdraw their account. And if that happens, an event gets triggered saying the account has become overdrawn. When that occurs, we want to, as a policy, we're going to charge ridiculous fees for that happening. And then that'll trigger an action from the system to decrease, charge the fee and effectively decrease someone's account. So simple as that. We've also got an auditor who could come in here and get an audit history of everything everyone's been doing. Obviously, there's security involved around this. By just drawing the little arrows from the person or the persona, we're actually setting up security rules at this point. So only these types of people can do these things. So only an auditor, someone with an auditor role, security role, can get the audit history, and only a customer can do these actions of opening accounts and depositing and so on. And only the system can charge extra withdrawal fees. So it's security from the start, it's all built in. We'll also there'll also be some extra information that you can see on a deeper level. So what is it? What is the information we need when we open an account? So we can kind of just zoom in here a bit and expand this, and we can add properties of things that we need. So we need someone's name, which is just text. We need a PIN code, an email address, check if they're married or not for maybe tax reasons, I don't know. Date of birth, how much money they want to deposit, the address, maybe a PPS number. And we can hide all this information away when we don't really need to see it. And the same thing goes along for if you want to, let's say, deposit money, we need to know how much money was deposited, and so on, right? So yeah, diagrams can stay relatively simple. So the next step is we save this thing and we go on to the code generation phase. So here we basically go to pick our diagram, which is the banking. We pick a template, which is our feature slice thing, which is basically a complete system that we want to generate. Right now, this is going to generate an error, I think. But it's actually still doing things correctly. So I'll be able to download the zip file now with basically all the code that's needed for that system. And in the second part of this second part of this tutorial, I guess, I'll show you what we've created, and in the third piece, I'll show you the actual code changes I needed to make from this. But this is now effectively gone and saved something into my folder for me that I need to just edit. So I'll jump back with the second part shortly. Thanks.